I accidentally found out my dad has a second family and I don't know what to do. Throw away because I honestly don't know who in my life might see this. I, 24F, recently moved back in with my parents to save money while I finished grad school. My dad, 55M, and I have always been close. He was the fun parent, always taking me on weekend trips, cheering me on at every school event, that kind of dad. Last weekend, he said he had a conference in a city 2 hours away. I thought nothing of it. He's in finance, always traveling. But I accidentally saw an email pop up on the family iPad, which is connected to his account. And it wasn't about a conference. It was from a woman named Lena, thanking him for coming to Ava's ballet recital and saying Ava was so happy to see her dad there. Ava is not my sister. I have no idea who Lena is. I clicked. Yes, I know. I shouldn't have. But curiosity doesn't ask for permission. There were more emails. Photos. One of him at a birthday party holding a little girl, maybe 5 years old. One with him and the same woman on what looked like a date. They've been communicating for years. Vacations. Holidays. He even paid for Lena's car. I froze. I honestly thought I was going to throw up. It's been 5 days. I haven't said a word to him. I watch him make dinner like normal. Laugh with my mom like everything's fine. She has no idea. I don't know what to do. Do I confront him? Tell my mom? Ask him first? Every time I think about it, I feel like a different version of my childhood is playing in my head. One where everything was fake and I just didn't see it. Anyway, I don't know what I'm asking for here. I just needed to say it somewhere. Update. I accidentally found out my dad has a second family and I don't know what to do. Posted to /true off my chest. Hey again. I didn't expect my post to get the kind of response it did. Thanks to everyone who offered support, empathy, and even the tough love comments. I read every one. It helped me not feel so alone. So here's what's happened since. I confronted my dad. It wasn't dramatic, at least not at first. I waited until my mom left for a dentist appointment on Monday. Then I just sat him down and said, I know about Lena. I know about Ava. His face went completely blank. Not angry, not shocked, just empty. Like the color drained from his body. He didn't even try to deny it. He said, and I quote, I was going to tell you. Eventually, I asked how long it had been going on. The truth, 6 years. He met Lena at some work-related thing, they clicked, and it became complicated. Ava is his biological daughter. He's been helping raise her, financially and sometimes physically, weekends, recitals, birthdays. He said he loves her differently, but not more. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just sat there. I felt like a detective interviewing a suspect who looks like someone I used to love. He begged me not to tell my mom. Said it would destroy her. I told him he destroyed that possibility the moment he chose to live 2 lives. That I'm not his accomplice. He cried. That part almost broke me, because seeing your parents sob like a child is awful. But I didn't change my stance. After he left the room, I packed a bag and left the house. I'm staying with a friend. I haven't spoken to my mom yet, and that's what's killing me the most. She deserves the truth, but I don't know if I should be the one to shatter her life. Right now, I feel like a grenade someone forgot to throw. I'm giving it a day or two. Then I'll call her. Or maybe write her a letter if I can't find the words out loud. I'll update again when I do. Thank you, seriously, for listening. Final update. I told my mom that my dad has a second family. Posted to /true off my chest. This will be my last update. I owe it to the people who followed the story and helped me get through the darkest mental fog I've ever walked through. I told my mom. I couldn't look her in the eye, so I wrote her a letter and left it on the kitchen table. I waited in my car down the block, watching the house through the windshield like some undercover agent. About 20 minutes later, she called. No words. Just crying. We sat there, on the phone, breathing. Nothing else. That silence was louder than any screaming could have been. When I got back inside, she was sitting at the table with the letter in front of her and a glass of water she hadn't touched. I sat down and she asked one question. Are you sure? I nodded. Then she said, I knew something wasn't right, but I didn't want to know what. We cried. I told her everything. She didn't ask to see the emails or pictures. I think part of her didn't need the proof. She'd already built a room in her mind for this possibility, locked the door, and chosen never to enter. She confronted my dad that night. I wasn't there, but I could hear it from my room. It wasn't a fight. It was quieter than that. Almost clinical. She asked questions. He answered. She cried once. He cried more. She didn't throw anything. She didn't scream. She just told him to leave. He packed a suitcase the next morning and left. No dramatic goodbye, no movie scene apology. Just a quiet, "I'm sorry," as he closed the door. It's been a week. My mom hasn't told many people yet. She's in what she calls emotional quarantine. I'm still here, cooking her meals and trying not to fall apart when I hear a song he used to play on Sunday mornings. She's considering a divorce. I think she already decided, but she needs time to catch up with her own decision. As for me, I don't know how to define my relationship with my dad anymore. I'm still grieving the man I thought he was. He texts me every day, but I haven't answered. Not yet. Ava is still out there, a little girl who has no idea her existence just detonated another family. And I don't blame her. She's innocent. But I can't help but wonder, do I meet her someday? Do I want to? I don't have those answers yet. But I'm breathing again. And for now, that's enough. Thanks for reading. 4 years later, I found out my dad had a second family. This is what happened after. Posted to /true off my chest. I'm 28 now. 4 years ago, I found out my dad had a secret daughter and second life. I exposed him, told my mom, and watched my entire family unravel in real time. Some of you might remember my original posts. I deleted them after everything happened. Too many reminders, too many questions I didn't want to answer. I've been meaning to write this for a long time. Not for closure, because that's a myth, but maybe for clarity, for anyone who's in the same place I was and needs to know it gets different. Here's what happened after. My parents divorced. It took about 8 months. It was civil but cold. My mom kept the house, and I helped her pack up the last of his things. She got a therapist. She started gardening. She dated a little. Nothing serious yet, but she laughs again. That's a win. My dad moved to a different city. He didn't marry Lena, the other woman. I'm not sure why. I don't ask. We talked sometimes. Surface level things. How's work? Saw this movie you'd like. I haven't forgiven him in the classic sense, but I've stopped expecting an apology that would fix it all. Some things you just carry and reshape until they fit differently. I met Ava. That part took the longest. My dad asked me if I wanted to meet her when she turned 8. He said she knew she had a sister and wanted to meet me. I said no the first time. And the second. But the third time, I said yes. She was wearing a tiny jean jacket and holding a book. Nervous as hell. So was I. She's bright. Kind. Nothing like the weight her name used to carry for me. We've met a few times since. I don't know if I'll ever be a sister in the traditional sense, but I want her to grow up knowing she isn't a mistake or a secret. She's just a kid. And it wasn't her fault. Me? I'm okay. I moved cities. Got my degree. Started teaching high school English. I tell my students that stories don't always need clean endings to be true. Some truths are jagged. Some families are made out of scars and second chances. And that's okay. So yeah, 4 years later, things aren't tied up in a bow. But they're real. And sometimes that's better. If you're reading this and sitting on a truth that feels like a ticking bomb, just know, you can survive the explosion. It won't be easy, but you can.